Hi, Kay Trevor. It's so nice to meet you, man. I've been a big fan for a long time.
Oh, thanks for having me here. I feel like I got to show off my Marvel cred here, so I'm gonna put on my Eye of Agamotto.
The fact that you even know what it is called is like already like, oh, he knows what he's doing. This is great.
I got a Tesseract over here. I'm good to go.
Oh man, we don't even get me on it, man. We won't be able to talk about Letterkenny at all. We're just going to talk about Marvel Comics. I only got 5 minutes. The first question I do have for you though is something that I feel like the show never answered for me that I've been thinking about it ever since I watched the final season. So I want to ask you, do you ever think Huey Lewis sounds a bit like Sammy Hagar?
Personally, I've never thought Huey Lewis sounds like anyone but Huey Lewis. Uh, Other people may, I can definitely tell the difference between Hagar and Huey. I would tell you this: I don't trust the news unless Huey Lewis is in front of it.
That's right. He would have been a great anchor. He should have just done that. Huey Lewis is one of those guys that I'm so sad that I never got to see him because I think he's retired now.
Yeah,
Um,
unfortunately, he's gone partially deaf, doesn't hear the music anymore,
yeah,
which is
that's
heartbreaking.
That's such a bummer. I hate that. Now, my friend is really obsessed with Squirrley Dan's speech pattern, and he asked me to ask this. He heard I was interviewing you, and he was like, "You got to ask him if the way he talks is sort of written into the script that way, or if not, what was just the inspiration behind the way Dan speaks."
So, I mean, the role was originally written for Dan Petronievich, which some people don't know, who plays McMurray on the show. And he couldn't fulfill the obligations of Dan because he'd been cast in Suicide Squad. So I was brought in, and when I joined the cast, I wanted to do something different that Jared and Nate weren't doing with their characters. And I'd met enough small town guys to know there's a lot of guys who don't quite know where the S's go, and English may be their first language, but they're not masters of it. And so I wanted to be that guy with the broken English, the malapropisms, and the too many S's. So I just started doing that at the table read. And Kiso afterwards came to me and was like, I really wanted you to do that, but I didn't know how to ask you to do that. So I'm really glad you just did that. So keep doing that. And what ended up happening is I would just take the scripts every night, and I'd go through it and add S's where I thought S's would sound funny. Figure out which word could be said slightly wrong to make it a little bit sillier. And it drove our script supervisor crazy. There's a person whose job it is to make sure we're saying the right things. And every once in a while, we'd get a new script supervisor, and inevitably they'd have to come up to me and be like, I don't want to, interrupt you, but everything you just said was absolutely incorrect. And Keith and I'd have to be like, no, no, no. Look, as long as the gist is the same, just run with it because that's what we do on this show.
That's awesome. Now, I know you guys have done Letterkenny like live shows in the past. Is that something that you guys are going to continue doing forward, even though the series has ended?
There's nothing on the books right now. There's no plans for Letterkenny Live. I think Kiso's pretty busy with Shorzy, and I know he's penning some new projects. He's just signed a brand new deal to create more Letterkenny spinoffs and even some non-Letterkenny stuff. The door's always open as long as everyone's compensated fairly for their time. I think there's absolutely no reason we can't go back out on the road and do it again. But in the meantime, I'm working on my own projects. I'm traveling around doing my own stand-up and doing my own touring. And it's been an interesting year not having Letterkenny in it. But we're finding out what life after Letterkenny looks like, and it's still pretty good.
Well, as with all cult shows, I mean, if you had to guess, how long do you think it's going to take before the inevitable Letterkenny reunion? You thinking like 10 years, 10 months,
You
it's going
know,
to come up and you're going to be asked about it forever. And I'm sorry in advance.
I think I think people are already asking for it right now. So who knows? There could always be a Letterkenny movie somewhere down the line. I think that would be a very possible venture. And again, If someone comes up with an idea to make some money that everyone benefits from, there's absolutely no reason we all can't show up somewhere and have some fun again.
Well, dude, that's awesome, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. Like I said, I love getting to talk to you for a second, and I hope one of your future projects is you popping up in a Marvel movie. That's what I want. So,
I am key and ready to join the MCU. I don't know if they've ever tapped someone to play Demolition Man, but uh,
we need to get it going, man. We're gonna just clip this part of the interview out and
I
send it
think I could
online.
play Mojo. That's all
Send
I'm
it to
saying.
Blade. I think you could do it. You could do it, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate
Thanks
you.
so much for having me.
Nice to meet both of you. It's great to get to talk to you.
Same, Chris.
This is a question that I feel like the show never answered for me, and I've been thinking about it a lot. So I just want to throw it to you guys and see what you think. But do you ever think Huey Lewis sounds a bit like Sammy Hagar?
I have no comment on that one. Yeah, I have no comment on that one. I'll have to let your brain continue to percolate on that, Chris.
Yeah, as well.
I don't think so. I feel like Huey Lewis only sounds like Huey Lewis, but it's been that was a question that really stuck out to me, and I was like,
Louis in the news.
I don't know. I don't know. Now, over the course of series, over the course of the series, like what aspects of Stewart or Jonesy's development were the most surprising to both of you?
For me, Stewart started to have a heart not made of pure blackness. He didn't like to have relationships outside of the basement. And when he was able to fall in love in one of the mid seasons there and have his heart broken, I think he did realize that he needs to expand his social network a little bit further. And why would people want to come to a party or a rave when you never talk to them and all you do is make fun of them? And of course, this finale here, he's like, wow, maybe I can get along with my community, and if I support them, they'll support me.
I think it was nice to see Reilly and Jonesy. I have to reference both of us. Be more comfortable with their vulnerabilities, and kind of realizing, oh yeah, we really do have feelings for this one girl, and being okay with that, and not always trying to put up a front and chirp everybody, and not always be trying to just get many girls instead of honing in on one, and just being more accepting of our vulnerabilities, and more accepting of everyone else around us throughout the years,
which I really resonated with. I said I resonated. I got married 2 days ago, so I was
hey,
good time. I was like, I feel just like those guys. No,
is it a three of you as well?
Yeah, it's three of us.
Hey, my buddy just married.
We're polygamous. Now, I know you guys have done Letterkenny live shows in the past. Even though the show is over, is that something that you guys are hoping to continue to do?
That was some of the most fun I've ever had in my entire life, Chris. I would love to do it again. No question about it. We hit 31 cities or something like that, and there's a whole
36.
bunch more. 36 cities? Yeah, we hit a bunch of cities, and there's many more to go to. I would love to do that. That was just so much fun.
Yeah, we had it was once in a lifetime experience. That was oof. It was quite the ride. I would love to do it again.
Well, as a cult show, I mean, I know this is sort of inevitable, so it's going to come up. But if you had to guess, how long do you guys think it's going to be before people start asking you about the Letterkenny reunion?
Hopefully tomorrow. Let's go, baby. I'm ready.
I mean, I guess technically that counts. I think I just did it. So
yeah, I'll pay myself right now. Let's go, baby. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because they got Shorzy going on right now, and Jared just got this deal with the expansion of the world. So we'll see what happens with the future of the world of Letterkenny. Our show Letterkenny has come to an end, but I think the world is just going to continue to grow.
Right. Yeah. Now, how has your experience on Letterkenny influenced each of you as far as your acting or comedy goes, or, selecting future roles, as it were?
Well, I think I think we're all very funny people, and we've enjoyed making people laugh. I think, like Andrew's mentioned in previous interviews, Letterkenny's been an exercise in being present, right? Because things move really quick, and if you're distracted or you're unprepared, you're going to get left behind. So Letterkenny has taught me that being prepared is rule number one. As far as upcoming roles, I would love to do another comedy, but I also might want to sink my teeth into a drama of some kind. What that looks like, I'm not totally sure yet. But time will tell.
I semi forget the question, but I think also just realizing that we all want to work together on other projects where it makes sense. And certainly for me, seeing Jared kind of grab the bull by the horns and start a YouTube thing and turn it into a show and kind of take control over his destiny. I think a lot of us have kind of taken notes on that. I know a few of us start developing our own series and have few plans of including other people, fellow castmates from Letterkenny, but just kind of taking a page out of that playbook and not really. There's just something so much more like authentic and genuine that comes out of just a bunch of friends working on a show together that you don't get otherwise.
That's awesome. Well, guys, I don't want to take up any more of your time, but I'm excited to see what you guys do next. And thank you so much for your time and have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too, man. And congrats again on getting married.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'm very excited to talk with both of you. First off, Happy New Year's. And I'm going to do my best to try to stay engaged in a way. I just got married on New Year's, and
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm leaving for my honeymoon tomorrow morning. So I am just recovering and I'm exhausted, but very excited to be here. So thank you for taking the time.
Enjoy it, man. Love's the best. I'm pumped for you. That's wicked.
Appreciate that.
I just got married myself, so I feel it.
Oh, congratulations to you, man. Yeah, it's weird. It's like when you enter a new decade, right? It's like it's weird, but it's like also the exact same as it was the day before. So, it's whatever. But congratulations. This is a question that I feel like the show really didn't answer for me that I wanted to kind of, bring it up to you guys because I've been thinking about it a lot. But do you ever think Huey Lewis sounds like Sammy Hagar?
Dylan, I'm gonna let you take this one.
Does Huey look? I'm a fan of Sammy Hagar, and I don't know. Huey Lewis has his time and place. Oh boy, oh boy. Maybe after 5 or 6 Jamesons, they're starting to line up. Which was most of Letterkenny's Friday afternoons, evenings, and nights.
Yeah.
So I think under some circumstances, 100% indistinguishable. But as a fan of Sammy Hagar, I have a hard time putting him in the same category.
I feel like I can always tell the difference pretty well.
Me too.
Now, over the course of the series, like, what aspects of Reilly or Katie's development were the most surprising to you each?
I thought over time our concussions would start to heal. I think we got dumber as the seasons went on. I think Shorzy started really picking on us and really shredding us limb from limb, which works in the show. But seeing us go from like big men on campus to, pretty timid, like not quite bravado guys, was a direction that I hadn't anticipated, but it was really fun to play because, you lean into those moments and to have someone there with you. Andrew and I both kind of read the scripts and made these decisions that, well, clearly we're incurring concussions. Our lines are being a lot more one brain thinking and line delivery. So, leaning into that and owning it and having fun with it. But yeah, I think we got dumber. Which is fine, but that's what happened.
What about you, Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, I think Katie has a lot of walls up, but it was nice to see her sort of soften a little bit here and there and kind of watch her fall in love, watch her deal with heartbreak, stand up for her friends, stand up for what she believes in, all of these things that kind of humanized a pretty tough girl with a pretty tough exterior. She still is tough, which I love. She didn't like compromise or like fall in love and completely become a different woman. I hate when I see that on, any show or movie. She is who she is, period, clear as day, but she's definitely evolved and kind of opened her eyes a little bit. And that comes with age and experience. So it was nice to play that out.
That's awesome. Now, I know you guys have done Letterkenny live shows in the past. Will you guys, do you have any hope of doing the live shows still, even though, the series itself has ended?
I would love to do
Yes,
another tour. I would
I'd
love.
love to. I
Yeah, it
thought we
was
were gonna do one right.
so fun.
I'm there. Let's go.
Yeah, it was
Let's get
so
it.
so fun. Like I
Yeah.
can't. It's just like such a
We want to do another one. Just kidding.
That's
put it out there in the universe. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we'd all be pretty down to do it for sure.
awesome. Now, as with all cult shows, right? It's inevitable that people are going to start asking you, and I guess technically I am right now. But if you had to guess, if you were just to bet on it, like how long do you think it's going to be before we get a Letterkenny reunion?
Hope not as long as the Eagles took. What is it, 14 years, they say? Was it the 14-year when they got back on the road? They're like, we never broke up. We took a 14-year vacation. I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
don't
way in the
remember how
weeds
long
here.
for sure it was the Eagles. I'm more like think about like how long it took for like Backstreet and NSYNC to get back together. Like
Right.
so that's been pretty exciting lately, but that's been like 20 years even.
We could do a mean average. I'm sure there's an equation to figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
if we start sending like baskets, gift baskets to Jared and Belle, we'll have them faster. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Well,
I
guys,
don't know. I mean,
I know you guys are talking to like a million people today. I don't want to take up any more of your time. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. And like I said, it was great to meet you both and congratulations on everything and Happy New Year.
I'd just like to point out that the last 30 seconds of our conversation was very Wayne and McMurray-esque. Yeah, 5 years. I'm gonna say it. 5 years.
That's
5
the
years
joy of doing
reunion.
interviews on Zoom.
I
Yeah.
know the delay.
Yeah,
It
I
was nice
love it.
meeting you, and congrats again. Have an amazing honeymoon.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.